Hey everyone, Jeremy Senpai here. I just wanted to say thank you so much for clicking on my video, and if you like what you hear, feel free to hit like, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff. Alright, on with the show. As always, keep calm and put your headphones on. Good morning, sweetheart. How did you sleep? Happy to hear that. It looks like Suki really has taken a liking to you staying with us for the past week. I mean, she curls up next to you and sleeps on top of you like every night. Eric? Well, you know him. It's still pretty early, so I imagine that he's still off on his morning run. But given the fact that the sun is about to rise, it's a safe assumption that he should be back any time. Anyway, get on your feet. Nah, breakfast is almost ready. So, I know that the circumstances aren't great, but we do like having you here, and at the very least, we are hopeful that you are enjoying yourself at least a little bit. Happy to hear that. Hey, since this is a double apartment, at least you get to have your own bathroom, right? Of course, sadly that means you get to sleep on the couch, but me and Eric, we share the bedroom, so it's not like we're disturbing each other when we sleep, right? Happy to hear that. Eric really likes to toss and turn. Yeah, I know. I really do love him, considering I put up with it every night. Anyway, eat up while it's good and hot. Me? I ate already. No need to worry about me. Anyway, I'll be leaving pretty soon. I've got an early shift at the diner, and then I've got some early afternoon classes I need to get to. You like it? Well, it's nice to know I'm getting better. Hey, you're looking at the owner of a future cafe, so I've got to get as good as I can when it comes to being a cook. That's why I work as an assistant cook at a diner. And of course, that's why I'm taking so many business classes, so I can start my own cafe right after I graduate. Well, tell you what, you'll definitely be at the top of my hire list. I mean, you have worked in coffee shops before, so you definitely have a lot more experience mixing brews than I do. Sadly, I'm better on the grill and in front of a deep fryer. Yeah, it's kind of been a dream of mine for a long time to open up my own place. Morning, guys. How you doing? That was good. Good morning, Ben. Morning, Eric. Oh, morning, bestie. How you doing? Who, breakfast? Please tell me yours is already on the table. Thank you so much. Anyway, I've gotta get going. Really? Come on, we go through this every morning. You do know that I have to be the second person to open up the shop every morning. It's the only way, you know? Okay, alright. Just enjoy your day, okay, Ben? You too, Eric. Love you both. Yep, that's definitely one way to wake me up. What are you talking about? You just got back from a jog. I know. Anyway, weren't you running late? Not yet, I'm not. Anyway, love you both. See you later. I really love that guy, you know? Well, yeah. I mean, he makes the best meals possible. I mean, I don't think I've ever ate this good since I left home. Of course, I love him for more than just the food he makes. He's passionate in his own way, he's handsome. Um, Honestly, I think he's one of the few people I can really be vulnerable around. I really enjoy being around him, you know? Anyway, hmm? So, nice to know that Jason hasn't gotten a hold of you since. It does help that I blocked all of his numbers for you. He still tries to he still tries to go after you whenever you're at school, huh? I'm real sorry about that, bestie. But hey, that's the reason why I drive you every day. I told you before, I don't mind. Whenever you're going to classes, I usually just run right to the gym on campus anyway. I mean, I spend almost a whole day there. Well, yeah, I still have my big match in a couple of days, so obviously I've got to stay in top form. I know. Look, it does help that I mainly take online classes. It's just what works for me, you know? What do I want to do with myself? I haven't really given it much thought, you know? I mean, I'm an amateur mixed martial artist, and you know something, maybe that's enough for now, but at least I'll have my degree to fall back on. I just need to know what the heck I'm gonna use it for, you know? So, what's on the agenda for you today? You have about two morning classes, and then you're working the afternoon shift at the bookstore. Sounds perfect. That should give me about 6 or 7 hours of grinding hard. I told you before, I also don't mind driving and waiting for you. You are worth it. You're my best friend. Okay, one of my best friends. But the point is, you know the drill. If you see Jason or any of his little cronies, you call me. At the very least, at the very least when you're at the bookstore, you're safe because you're surrounded by your coworkers and other customers. So it's not like he can come at you that way. Of course, I told you before that you're safe with us. I mean, did you remember what happened that morning last week? We drove you right to your apartment, and by some shred of luck, it looks like he hadn't been there. But still, we all had the same bad feeling. So we helped you. In less than 1 hour, you packed up everything you needed, and next thing you know, you're sleeping on our couch. I mean, we like having you around. We really, really do. You're that important to both of us. Why are you? Well, Ben and I, honestly, I think that he and I were kind of made to be together. I really do. It goes without saying that both of our families are pretty disappointed in us. As you know, Ben came out to his parents after he graduated high school. They gave him a few grand for college and never heard from him since. Apparently, paying for at least part of his education was the most respectful thing they could do before disowning him. And my family, they're definitely much more accepting. They really, really are, which I am very thankful for. But they're not exactly happy with the fact that I want to be a mixed martial artist. It's the same thing every time I talk to my dad. You're better than that. You're smarter than that. Blah, blah, blah. But honestly, that's not what I want to do. I'm happy doing this for now. But I'm still young enough. I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. And that's kind of a good thing, don't you think? Well, that's why you're so important to the both of us. You accept us. You helped me and Ben get together. Oh, shit, I almost forgot. What about your parents? Have you talked to them about the whole Jason thing? Jason was always a charmer when he was around your dad. So, and when you broke up with him, your dad actually berated you for it, saying that it was all your fault. The guy has a future. He's gonna be a big name one day. Asshole. You know, at some point, you're going to have to tell them everything he did to you. And I know that your parents don't think much of me and Ben, but of course we're gonna back you on that. I mean, we've seen how he acts. He literally came by our apartment and tried to look for you. So obviously, you also have witness to corroborate your story. You're smiling. Like I said, you've got nothing to worry about when it comes to the both of us. You're done already? Well, so am I. And you said class is in about 30 minutes? So, what do you say we just bite the bullet and get it over with? That's the spirit. Now come on, I'll drive, and of course, you get shotgun. Listen, I know this whole thing isn't perfect, but you're not a burden to us. You pay for your own meals, you help out around the house. Ben even makes jokes that you make a better domestic partner than I do. You're not a burden, you help out. And you're practically family. And we don't turn away our family. You're you're great. So get all that out of your head. We like having you around. We wouldn't have offered you our couch as sanctuary if we didn't like having you around. Anyway, Jason hasn't been back to the apartment yet, but I wouldn't rule it out. Plus, whenever you're at school, you're with one of us. He can't come after you when you're in class, but or when you're working at the bookstore, I know, because you're surrounded by so many people. And it's no surprise that the two of you are broken up, so not a lot of people are going to question it much. But whenever you're walking out on the campus, you're with one of us, or you're with your other friends. So you aren't unprotected by any means. And this time is no different. I mean, your class is a good hour and a half long, while the rec center is only like a quarter mile away from your building. Just call me and I'll be there in a flash, escorting you to your next class and then to the bookstore. Just consider me your knight in shining armor, bestie. You've got nothing to worry about. Alright, we have a nice parking spot for once. It's not overly crowded. And next up is your building. Speaking of, I do have to wonder. You asked me about my future and about Ben's. So, what do you think your future is going to be after you graduate? Yeah, I can totally see you doing that. It suits you, you know? You've always been that kind of person who would be there for other people, warm and caring. So, you know what? That fits you to a T. Okay, here we are. And like I said, I'll be waiting for you when you're done with your class. I'll just be over at the rec center, maybe get in something pretty lightweight, like some weights or something. I probably won't do any intense cardio or any bag work until you're at the store for a few hours. It sounds like a plan to me, bestie. Alright, love ya. See you later.